live. Apparently, we're live. Apparently.
We're not.
Kareem Binks late.
Yeah.
But I am sure. There we go. Now we're live.
No, we're not.
We are.
Are we?
We are very much live on
we are now.
At 5 o'clock.
Yes, we are.
The very wonderful Kareem's already saying I'm late. I mean, yes, slight technical thing. I didn't press the go live button. But please feel free to come in. Darian's here as well. Good evening to Darian.
I can't really hear it. Oh.
Can she not hear us?
No. She's like, why can't I hear it? So I've got my headphones on.
Oh, right. Kent's already started.
Yeah, I can see, yeah.
You know what I mean? Rude. Kent, are you actually at work? You stole the ideas from... I'm not even going to mention that one, Chris. Thanks very much anyway, pal, but I'm not even going to mention that one. We'll avoid that like the plague.
Surely he needs blocking for that comment.
How's Pimmy? Are you well? I tell you what, I can't wait for my other TV to come so that I can have literally YouTube on one screen and this on another screen.
Yeah, saying hello. Say hello back. So wave.
Hiya, Faith. Oh, she can't hear us, so there's no...
No, she can't hear because I've got the headphones in.
So, I have got some topics to talk about. Oh, my days. There's a name I have not seen in a while.
Wow.
What?
Fergs
The
is
one
on.
and only man is back. Is it a one night only, Fergs?
No, because I've only got one port. Do
And,
you want to get a little chair and sit next
Woody's
to me?
World, aka Owen, is
I've
in
got
as
one
well.
port.
Good evening, Owen. Well, I'm good. How are you, pal? Are you well? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ken, why are you not on Zoom? So,
I'm falling out my ear anyway.
was it for charity? Don't forget, the link, if you want to come on Zoom, is in the video description. Pop on, say hello, be part of the talk, the Golf Nutters talk. Hell yeah, just thought I'd come on and say hi to bump up your numbers. Bergs, you're an absolute legend.
How's Italy?
Yeah, how is Italy? Are they rioting yet? And father is on. Mr. Binks is on as well. All hail Neil. Come on, Neil. Neil is on.
See how he can come on your live, but he didn't go on his wife's live this morning.
He's got taste.
Priorities, mate.
Yeah, I know. Come on, Fergs. Yes, you can come on. Do it. I've just smacked my microphone, mind. But come on. You can do it. Fat boys, too much pizza and wine.
Someone could do a golf ball.
Look, we have got some...
No, they're not talking to me.
He's in bed. Give him to... Are you on nights tonight? No, you can't be on nights tonight. Otherwise, you'll start at 6 o'clock. Fergs, if you go into the video on YouTube, underneath that will be the link to this. And then you can just, if you've got Zoom, click on that, mate, and in you'll come.
Can you hear?
A little bit.
Debbie loves me at least. Well, we can't help it, can we? You know, if Mr. Binks prefers the boys. Mr. Harris is on as well. Good evening, Keith. How are you, pal? You well?
Hello.
Fergs is downloading it. So I have literally got topics of conversation for tonight. So hopefully we can get through them. And we're also going to be going through Masters. Because obviously the Masters is next week. And your chance to win a prize, which is a golf glove from 2 Under, who is the golf glove I use at the moment. So what we're going to do, we've got to go through it all later, but get your name and who you think will win the Masters. And if you're lucky enough, you'll win a glove from 2 under.
Tiger.
Tiger. Is that who you're going for, Tiger?
Yeah, I think Tiger will win it.
Look who's here.
Hello, boy.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Mate, we can now.
Let me turn the light on so you can see my handsome face with it.
It's been such a long time.
He used to be called the combat golfer.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
It's just
Used
a
to
bit.
be.
It's just
Fame
a bit
got
weird.
too much for him.
I wish I'd never called it that. It's a ridiculous name.
It is a daft name, isn't it?
It's a daft name. Yeah. Why did someone tell me?
People tried, mate. You just wouldn't listen.
Well, Keith's going for Rory.
Who's going for Rory?
Keith.
Keith's drunk. Keith, you been drinking?
It's the Masters prediction.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you having a go?
I
ain't sending your glove to Italy if you win, mind.
He won't get you. I'm going to go with Patrick Reed.
Oh, wow.
There's another one that needs blocking.
But yeah, if you are watching on YouTube, comment in the comments who you think will win, and then I'll get them and put you on the list.
Lee, why in your golf bag in the background these days, mate?
It's been sold.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it's gone.
Why?
Because I didn't need it anymore.
Because it kept falling on me every time I stayed over.
There wasn't enough room for G-Mac and the golf bag in the bed.
It wasn't, mate, no.
No, the problem was it's a single bed and he was trying to hug it.
He could have fitted in that bag, to be fair.
It was a big bag, wasn't it? John Ramsey was out from Ian.
Was a massive bag.
Ian
What's your
Sutherland.
handicap? What's your handicaps now after the World Cup? I mean, we know Lee's.
I'm still all right, mate. Mine's only dropped to 6.2, so I've lost a shot.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Fergs, you want to host this one. That was a perfect one into the let's talk about the world handicap system.
I'm well rehearsed at this.
Someone's been practicing the podcasts.
Yeah, I've got to say, anybody you think you got it, there's a bit of a plug for him.
Yeah.
Only Fools and Golfers podcast coming back soon. When's the first one out?
When I figure out how the hell to set up my microphones and all that again, because I've forgotten how to do it all. I don't even know where any of it is.
And on his laptop. Okay.
So I don't know. It'll be probably next Sunday.
You recorded them all?
No. We've got some guests lined up. I don't know if I can tell you the guests. Shall I tell you who's agreed to come on?
Well, I mean, I haven't had my invite.
I haven't had my invite either.
No, yeah. I'll be honest, boys. You were kind of like Series 1 guests.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
Joking.
Where's the kick button on here?
No, shall I tell you what? Who did I speak to about coming on? Was it you, G?
Yeah, I think so.
I said you can come on if you talk about the breakup of the Shankers, didn't I?
I'll do that, mate.
Oh, dear.
So I tell you who's agreed to come on.
Come on, then. Let's give us an exclusive.
All right. Liam from Golf Mates.
Yeah.
Chris Ryan.
I was speaking to Chris on Wednesday.
Yeah. Jazzy Golfer.
We turned it down.
Okay.
Have you had all the stipulations through off a management team what you can and can't talk about, though?
Nah.
You'll get
them. Chris Paisley from the tour. Perhaps Garrett Porteous.
Who's that?
That's TBC off the tour. He's a tour European tour player. And maybe, fingers crossed, Georgie Bingham from Talk Sports, but it's a bit one of them.
Be good if you can get him.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Who else?
Oh, we've got
Lloydie Golf.
We've had him.
We've had him.
Yeah, that's so old hat now, man.
Can you see the footprints in the dust, Fergs?
Yeah, it's mate. I know how you felt now. It's difficult though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is hard, especially if they come back with more than one email and I'm thinking I can't this, and it's replying to this is hard work. So, but anyway, that's it potentially. But and Leicester, obviously.
Are you doing it as a 3-host jobby?
I don't think so. We haven't told him yet, so he might watch this and find out he's not welcome.
He won't watch this.
No, he won't.
Tell you what, we're getting a few names. We're getting a few names in for the Masters. We've got John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Tyrrell Hatton.
Tyrrell Hatton's on form. I just don't think he's got the head for Augusta.
Who won last week in Cyprus?
Can't remember.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, we've had Jordan Spieth thrown into the mix as well.
He's always got a chance if he's put him well.
Oh, not sure about Spieth. Not sure about him, mate.
So yes, let's talk about the World Handicap system. It's such a great thing, isn't it?
Well, it is for you.
But it isn't really, is it?
How have you done? All right, on a serious question, right? Is that slope reading adjustment to Carlisle?
I think it must be. I have looked at the stats and stuff like that.
Your point plus 3 is your index.
Oh, we have Mr. Carter Smith. I mean, if that doesn't look like a Christmas catalogue advert.
Is that a green screen behind you, Stu?
It's well Christmas.
Oh.
We're Christmas right up here, guys.
How do you see each other? I can't see shit.
Mr. Mickelson.
Because you need your Tom Fords on, mate.
Oh, I know, mate. Yeah. I know, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Who we got here?
Oh, Stu's there. What's happening, Stu?
Nice. How you doing, bud? You all right?
Yeah, good to see you, mate.
How's Italy? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm having a night off the wine and the pasta and the pizza tonight.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No, it should be because everybody else is joining with that one.
It was Japanese for lunch, so.
What, sushi? Oh, no.
Let me send you the link.
It was sushi. Lots of sushi still.
A little bit of sushi.
Oh, mate. All you can eat for $12.50, pal. I don't need to eat till tomorrow night now.
But you're eating about an hour.
Sandy Lyle. Somebody put Sandy Lyle to it. That is absolute class.
He still gets an invite, doesn't he?
Yes.
Is he? Oh, of course he does, because he's won it, yeah. He's exempt.
He's going to win, though.
Oh, Cookie Jar Golf said Callum's shink win.
I can't hear Stu. He's
Stu, you
quiet.
need to turn your volume up on your mic, mate. Can't hear you.
Right, okay. Hang on, then. Hang on. Is that any good or not?
Better.
Nope. Bit more.
How about that?
Get in there.
How about that?
Bit more.
All the way.
I'm going big.
Paul Nicholson's just said Sandy Lyle is 4,000 to 1.
It's worth
That's
putting
a
a pound on.
That's a Leicester City bet. That
No,
is.
it's getting worse.
What was Leicester City? 5,000 or something, wasn't it?
Something silly like that.
Was, mate, yeah.
Who's that?
Stuart Carter-Smith.
Oh,
That's why I didn't want to do it. Oops.
Oh.
There you go.
Can hear you now.
Look, Stu's got a professional camera and everything.
I tell
What's
you,
all going on?
It looks
Play
like
this guitar now. We can
I'm
have
on
a
an
bit of sing
iPhone.
song by the fire.
I'm on an iPhone 2.
I just got some kit lying around, you know.
Look at
As you
that.
do.
That is beautiful.
That is a bit of class, isn't it?
It's a blurry background and everything.
Oh, the bear.
Because it's obviously been in the washing machine.
Oh, man.
Why have we got two golf nuts?
Is that a Minnie Mouse in that bed?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I
It's a
mean,
crack, yeah.
I don't know. I've also got Kevin the Carrot.
It's not.
I mean, if that helps.
Oh, nice.
I like him. Is that Christmas jumper he's wearing?
Well, Kevin the Carrot is for
Who,
Christmas.
me or Christmas? This definitely isn't.
What does GN stand for?
Oh, hang on a minute, mate. Have you not seen the bit of class?
Oh, bloody
Mate.
hell.
Oh, that's
Mate.
nice, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, but I
Should have
mean,
had it put on the front though, shouldn't they?
Look at that.
They're doing 2 for 1 Christmas as well.
white's not your colour, Lee. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's why I wear black, mate.
When you get to our age, it's all about the dark colours.
Hey,
I
wearing
was
his
kind of going along the impression it might hide my stomach a little bit, but somebody said black was the best colour for that one.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Why is that?
Mr. Judge, how are you?
Where? Because this boy here is in America.
Hey, great.
What's Yo,
Aiden's
yo,
in town.
yo.
How you doing,
we're
Aiden?
all on.
Hey Ian. Hey Stuart.
Doing,
Hey
boys.
Lee.
How are you doing, bud? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Yes, very
Not
well,
bad.
thank you.
Aiden, shouldn't you be running around cities with guns and things tonight, just in case someone gets
Uh,
Is it too soon to say that?
It's like a 95. Well, it's about a 95% chance that Biden's going to win now. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but the thing, they've got to get, haven't they?
yeah, they got to get the mail ballots in, but that's overwhelmingly favoring Biden right now. So
Trump,
Did you hear that?
Trump
I came in
barricade
the other
himself.
morning and said to Maddie, so has Bin Laden won yet?
I know.
Good
Wrong.
luck.
When I heard that, it made me howl.
Are you laughing?
It really, really did.
Are you laughing?
It was such a funny thing. And I
trust me,
think I replied to you, didn't I? Did he?
it's getting pretty nasty over there. I mean, there were armed protesters in Arizona, like armed with guns, at a polling place in
Now
Arizona.
there's 7 people.
Wow.
Getting
Easy, isn't it?
Yeah, they had security over there to protect the poll count, to protect the vote counters.
And that's
We
just
just
from
made-
that's just from the president.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his
He'll
president.
barricade himself in if he loses.
Oh,
We just
yeah,
have a
he
cup. We just have a cup of tea and tut. We would. We just like.
Yeah.
Even
Oh.
if he loses, he won't go.
And
Have
is
you
that
had a
a
haircut?
karate jumper?
Who's Kevin?
Deep fuck. Sorry, Maddie.
No, she just
We've
left.
got little people.
That young-
Boys, I'm gonna FaceTime the missus. I'm gonna get out.
Yeah,
Well, pal, take care of
I'll be in
yourself.
the chat. I'll be in the chat though. I'll speak to you
Bye-bye,
later.
folks.
In a bit, pal. Thanks for
Bye.
joining us.
Enjoy.
Just about.
So yeah,
Was it something I said?
yeah, it
Yes,
must have been.
Hello, Corinne. How you doing?
Hi, Stuart. Where's Maddie?
Oh, she's lurking about. She'll be down in a minute. She was just having something to
Looking to
eat.
show. Oh
We were talking golf, so she got a bit bored, you know.
no, she'll love this.
Owen, is that Kanye for the win at the Masters or the presidential election?
Kanye. Oh my goodness.
He will
Oh.
run for president next time round.
Oh yeah, Kanye will run for president next time. So will Trump if he loses, because he's eligible to do so.
I seen it. Mr. Binks,
You all right?
All hail
how are
Neil.
you?
Neil, how
All
you
right,
doing?
thank you. I'm just putting me outside bets on for Masters, you know, up 2,000 to 1 shots.
Oh, have you done some wide ones, have you?
Oh, all wide ones. I don't go for low odds, just go for high odds.
Oh, see, the
Each week
Masters
they
is
might sneak
often,
something.
it's nearly always won by somebody who's like up in form though, isn't it? Quite often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
As I
had a
said,
few,
Tyrrell-
Well, I don't know
wildcards.
when Danny Willits won
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Imagine what you would have got then.
Oh,
Oh,
What's,
Tyrrell
um,
Hatton is
what
one
are
of my dark
Tiger's
horse
odds?
picks.
Does anyone know?
What's
Tyrrell
what?
Hatton's
What's Tiger's odds?
I'll tell you now.
pretty low, I'd
Depending
say.
on if you speak to Kent, very low.
No chance.
Right, let's get it up
My
here.
dad reckons Danny Willett's going to win it.
He is not
Danny
going to win it.
Willett.
Not a chance.
You reckon he's
He's
playing well? I ain't heard him, seen him done anything.
He's only 1,000.
Tyrrell
Yes, you
Hatton's.
I'll put
I'd say
this out there
Tyrrell.
now. If Danny Willett wins, I'll go for Euro Pro Tour status. We both know that ain't happening.
Tyrrell Hatton's one of my dark horse picks for the Masters, I think.
All right, do you want to hear some odds then? This is on the exchange Betfair. So Bryson is 10 to 1. John Rahm, 13 to 1.
That's a good
Then
shout.
you've got McIlroy at 13.5 to 1. Dustin Johnson at 15.
That's good.
Justin Thomas, 15.5.
Decent.
Schauffele, 18. Koepka, 22 to 1.
That's a good bet at 23.
That's saucy. He's got the
Well,
balls, hasn't he?
Well, he's been
Um,
injured, so I can understand why his odds would be a bit lower.
Yeah, you've got Bubba and Reed at about 34. It's Tony
Wow.
Finau, 40.
Yeah.
He's got a good record round now. He's up for a win at some point, isn't he? Hatton, 38 to 1. Tiger Woods, 42 to 1.
See, Tiger at 42 to 1, that's worth a tenner.
Stu, get down to important one. What's Phil at?
What's who's?
What's
I heard
Phil at?
Phil's,
What's
you know,
Phil at?
Tyrrell Hatton is 38.
Phil? Mickelson?
Mickelson is... Oh, I got to go down for Mickelson. 110.
I'm having a bit of that.
Worth
Have a
tenner,
piece of
is.
that.
I
Is that
hear
who you're
Phil's-
picking for the Masters
I heard
draw?
Phil Mickelson.
Say
I
again?
heard Phil Mickelson's using game improvement irons at the Houston Open this week.
Wow,
He's
he's
using a
actually-
47.5-inch driver.
Cameron Champ, 130 to 1. That's pretty saucy.
There's a very good question by Paul Mickelson there.
Go on.
Out of golfers here now, who would shoot the lowest score around Augusta? Well, I'm pointing at one man.
Stu.
Yeah.
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 If I could get round. Yeah, me and Maddie.
The highest.
Yeah.
Stu would shoot the lowest, and it'd still be about 20 over.
Yeah. They said it's horrendous, don't they? I've heard it's really bad.
I don't think he'll be using the 3-iron off the tips again, though.
No, don't even mention it.
Well,
Honestly.
I played the Forest on Wednesday and stood on the tips, and I thought, how did you do that round there with just a 3-iron? You're mad.
What's the Forest now? What's the yardage off the tips at there?
But just over 7. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you exactly what it is. You give me 2 seconds, mate.
I was really surprised. All the par fives were so used to kind of playing. I've played the course loads, obviously. So the normal tees or even the medal tees, the par fives are about sort of 540, 550.
Yeah.
Then you go back to the championship tees and they're like 630, 640. It's
So
like,
the Forest off the tips is 7-2-12.
oh, that's long now. That's pretty long. Yeah, that's a decent size. I've only played it off
it's 6-7
the
off the
competition tees. Which
Yeah,
are,
that's still 6-7.
yeah, right. It's nice round. It's nice round there, isn't it? I like the when you
Back
go
nine.
into the little sort of bit in the middle, you know.
Yeah,
with
when
the-
you get round the back 9 into the deer
Yes.
park, as they call it, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? You had a good day there?
Yeah, decent, mate. Yeah, really good. Took the money, so you can't complain, can you?
Oh, did you? Saucy. I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Like to sneak that one in, didn't you?
He did.
Yeah.
Just slide that in. Oh,
drop
just
them,
drop
mate.
that one.
If nothing else for the day, I
Oh,
wouldn't.
the deer are lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, they're nice.
I'm still checking the odds then. So what we reckon and what do we think then?
Paul Whistler's asked what odds Gary Player's got.
I'll give him any odds he wants.
In Gary's mind, he's evens.
Yeah, Fred
So
Couple.
we've got Paul Jackson here as well tonight, and Stephen Murtha. So good evening to you all.
Second round leader.
Second round leader.
Yeah.
That literally can be anyone, can't it?
Yeah, I think there's only one person for it.
Go on.
Justin Rose.
You reckon?
Oh, hang on a minute. I could get good odds
Only
on that.
2
Hang on.
rounds, isn't he? He's
75 to 1, Justin Rose.
He hasn't been playing well lately.
Good bet.
He hasn't, but round there, he always seems first 2 rounds. Bing, bing. Thank you very much. I'll go to top at leaderboard. Then
I
he
was gonna
goes,
say-
hang on, I'm at top at leaderboard at Masters.
Yeah. Gets to the top and his arse drops.
I tell you, who is a good bet. These young guys are good, aren't they? Morikawa at 42 to 1.
Yeah,
It's
he's a good
iron play,
player.
which is what you want.
You
Iron
need to
play
be a
round
good
there.
ball striker around there.
Morikawa is a good player. Yeah.
Owen said Finau, second round leader.
That's
Yeah,
heavy
Finau-
responsibility.
That's a good shout.
Good
Yeah,
shout.
Finau's a bit like Fleetwood, where he should have more wins than what he has already.
Actually, where's Fleetwood? Hang on a minute. He's a good bet.
That's
Actually,
another shout.
Finau's a good shout for the whole thing.
Matt Wolf.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
Matthew
Wolf
Wolf,
said Matt
yeah.
Wolf.
A lot of them are hitting it left to right. You do want some people who can hit it both ways, I would say. You know, I know they're
That
knocking it
depends
over the
if you're
corners.
standing 2 yards left or 20 meters.
I hope Dave Seal sort him out, no problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fleetwood 55 to 1. That's not a bad kind
That's
of
a
each
good
way
one.
style
that's-
bet, is it?
that's not
Yeah,
bad.
good each. What's Poulter?
Oh, you're getting. Yeah,
Stephen
Oh.
Murtha's his handicap's -3 on the Xbox.
well done. 210.
Is it?
Ooh,
210.
I don't think he's got him in it.
Hey, what about Gary
Yeah.
Woodland? 220. Gary Woodland. Is he injured or something?
Well, he has. I think
think
he's
he's
still
informed
got
of
the
it.
U.S. Open hangover from last year.
Yeah.
Owen's gone with Finau for the win.
Yeah, that's pretty good though. Yeah, Finau is a good bet actually. He rips it miles. You know,
I don't know.
I do say it's a lot short game, isn't it, around there?
Just hope he
I don't
doesn't pop
know.
his ankle again.
I think he learned that lesson, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
No,
come on then.
I-
What do we reckon about Bryson round there?
Wow, he's 10 to 1. I mean, that's just too.
Well, we've had this conversation.
Let's forget his odds for a minute. Let's talk about him booming it 400 yards on the fly. Not 400 yards on the fly.
See,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Wind behind, 20-mile-an-hour wind behind in that. If you looked at his actual chart,
Was the wind behind him?
he had a 20-mile-an-hour wind behind and he had it like rock.
Well, you have
Well-
to remember the majority of fairways at Augusta are sloping downhill. So God knows how many yards he's going to have into the green.
He's still going to be hitting that 330, 340 on the floor around there, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, factor in maybe about 100 yards of roll or something.
I don't reckon it'll roll that much, but yeah, he's.
Well, you
I,
have to.
I actually don't think. I mean, he's hitting it quite a bit, but not that much further than when Bubba was knocking it around there, and he was kind of not hitting drivers all the time. So I don't know. I know he's on about hitting this huge, like, long shaft and hitting over the corners, but it's a bit risky, you know.
It pays off though. It leaves him a flick into pretty much everything, doesn't it?
If he gets there, yeah. I mean, he's gonna
And
demolish a
depends
few
how
of the
they
par fives.
prepared it.
You just got to birdie all the par fives, and you're done.
Got to.
Par the rest.
Yeah.
Paul's comment: I can't drive my car 400 yards.
That's because he's always drunk.
Oh,
Actually, I'm a bit doing that.
what else have we got on the comments? So we've got Owen's put, it's funny that he now gets 16 shots off me.
He needs them though, doesn't he? Sorry, Owen.
Paul's put golf nuts, his handicap's finally accurate.
No, it's not.
What else have we got? My dad wants to know, Kareen, where's Sevi?
Here, just tilt the screen down a little bit.
Oh, my word.
Here, look.
Oh, I got a story about that.
Hey, my mum thinks Sevi is adorable.
He is adorable. He's beautiful.
He's a little cockapoo.
Do you know what, Corinne? I had a cat called Sevi.
Did you?
Yeah. Years ago, and it was when Sevi, it was just before the Ryder Cup. And this cat used to keep going next door into a farmer's field, and he kept nicking the bantams and killing them and bringing them back. And this one time, he went over and he didn't come back. And I thought, oh, you know, where's Sevi gone? And so I thought I'd better go next door to the farm. And I went next door, and this chap said, I think you better come in. I thought, oh, my God. And he said, your cat is broken in and killed one of my racing pigeons. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. So I'm like, wallet out. What can I do? Can I sort of buy you a
cat in a box
and all that sort of stuff? Yeah, I didn't know what to do. And so the guy said, oh no, I think you better come with me. So I went into this room. It was like a huge room, and it was surrounded by trophies and pictures of holidays and all these different things. And this was like a world champion racing pigeon.
Oh,
and so it had killed his prize thing, and there was like money couldn't replace it. And so I said, oh, I'm so sorry. He said, look, if the cat comes over again, I'm going to kill it. I was like, oh my God, that's a bit savage. So took the cat back, and that was that. Anyway, and it got to about the Ryder Cup time, and I was in my golf club. There was loads of blokes in the bar, and we were all kind of like chatting and doing your thing. And I knew it was coming up. Anyway, my mother walked in. She was a member of the club. She walked in. She said, Sev has been shot. The whole of the golf course, they were all going, assassination, Ryder Cup, I can't believe it, and I was like, no, it's my cat. They were like, oh, thank God for that. But I was gutted, Anyway, that was the story.
Part of me that literally wants to say that racing pigeon clearly wasn't fast enough, though.
Not for the now.
To be fair.
There's just part of me that wants to think that.
Not fast enough for Sevi.
Owen apparently got ran over. I don't know what he means by that.
He's deleted that message though.
So, yeah, World Handicap. Stuart doesn't know what his is yet, he says.
I don't know what mine is yet. No.
Because he's stuck.
What's your normal?
Yeah, I'm stuck between England and Wales. Yeah, because I moved from over here to over there, if you like, golf course wise, just before the last lockdown. And so they were just kind of transferring my handicap across, and then lockdown happened, then the course was closed, and so I'm just waiting for it to open up again.
What were you beforehand?
I was plus 0.7, so +1.
There's not a chance I am 0.4 worse than you. I'm like 4 shots, 5 shots.
Haven't you got like that crazy 9 under to go off though as well? That'll be included.
Can I just say something at this point? Did you see Stuart's tee shot on his day on the first one?
No, but Wolfie told me that he turned around and he just seen it going into the water.
Yeah.
And everybody else were going.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Didn't Maddie tell you not to use that?
Yeah,
club?
she said don't go for it because there was no net and I didn't go over to the range or anything. So she's going, don't hit it, and I was like, I can't not hit it. I've got a free go because I knew with it we had the things.
Oh, the wild card.
Yeah, straight in the water.
Here's me fiver.
Yeah, I know. Literally, here's my fiver. And I kind of felt better as well because, it's once you tee off for the second time, I felt like the rest of it was all real golf, if you like. So I said, oh, it's all right.
Well, you were asking about his, was it 6 under, 9 under, Graham?
Yes.
Stu actually told me the other day what his combined total under par was.
20 some under, wasn't it? I've seen it.
What was it,
I
Stu?
did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. My last competitive run of rounds, was I think 22 or 23 under. And unfortunately or fortunately, whichever you want to look at it.
It's not that
that'll be the ones that count.
Your handicap hasn't come through, not because you've moved from England to Wales, it's because you broke the computer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, it was a time ago. So I mean, most of us haven't played. I've not been able to play in anything for a year for sure, and so it's gone back to that season. And so when I spoke to the club guy, he said, well, what they will do is they will take your last 8 that were in. I was like, oh Christ! Well, my last 8 was savage, and then we stopped. Battered. So it'll be hilarious, but it should go up pretty quickly.
Yeah. Just turn pro, Stu, you'll get more shots back.
Have you seen, though, every time you get cut now, it's by 0.7?
What?
Really?
0.7. Oh, irrespective of what category, 0.7.
It made me laugh. Rob Potter said the other week, he said, we should do a vlog where we get, we'll be the amateurs and then we'll get 2 pros against us and we'll highlight, whether the handicap system's working or not. And I said, yeah, the trouble is with that is I'm going to probably end up giving both the pros 4 shots each. And he's like, oh, shit, I forgot about that.
Or if you play with Rick, you can give him a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a funny one. So yours was a pretty big cut then, Lee, wasn't it? What were you before that?
6.4.
Oh, my God, that is huge. So you put some good rounds in before, or your course is particularly high on the slope?
Oh, my course is 140 on the slope.
Whoa. Yeah. That is seriously high.
Yeah, I was walking like John Wayne for a long time.
The players course that I was a member at before, I think that's 7.6 off the tips, and I think that came in at about 134 or something.
Can you say the Forest's only 136 off the blues?
That's amazing, isn't
it? Didn't we look? I think Augusta's 146.
Yeah.
144, 146.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know whether anybody's played Burnham and Barrow here.
No.
You guys play Burnham? That's a tough links course, proper tough one. Every time you play something like the West of England down there, any sort of low amateur event, it usually goes up 3 or 4, sometimes even 5 when it's windy. Wow. And that's only about 134. So when you go there, effectively, if I was playing off scratch, I would be, I'd have to give like 3 back to the course. So it puts you off +3 around that course, which is crazy, crazy.
Well, boys, I'm off because I've got to go and get some dinner.
Enjoy. Thanks for joining us, pal. Yeah, bye, Faith.
Yeah. See you, green teeth.
Oh, my word. Look at them teeth.
I come with you with the dinner.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty savage, if I'm brutally honest with you. That's life, though. You just got to get on with it now, haven't you?
Well, it will level out. Like I said before, I mean, it's taken us 40 years to get our handicap system to how it is now with little tweaks, and everybody discussing it. So it's not going to come out perfect, but, at least everybody will be on the same sort of playing field, if you like.
Yeah. I don't mind the 0.3. It's the plus part that gets me.
That's nice. Well, it's nice actually, because then you've got a little buffer if you want to stay off scratch. You want to go in for open qualifying, which I don't know whether that's going to go up to like +3 or something now. I don't know, but it's always been scratch. So
yeah,
at least you can go in for that, which is a good experience. And
who knows? I just don't know whether I've got £250 to throw out there and just waste.
It's not cheap, is it? I know it's not cheap.
We were talking about this. I had a lesson on Tuesday night, and my coach was saying to me it was £100 when he last entered, and I'm like, well, mine was 150. Yeah. And then I looked, it was 250 to go in.
Yeah, it doesn't make it as open as what you would like. I know a lot. There's a lot of people who want to enter it, which is fair enough. You've got to kind of sort of filter it a little bit, but it's unfair that the people with the money can get in and play it if they just want to.
They've got to fund it though, Stuart.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, they take the golf courses over, and when you get there, there's nothing. They give you nothing. You get no balls. You get like a really crappy low amateur event. You get loads of bits and pieces. Even if you play in like a pro-am, or if you play in some local club competitions, you get a ball, you get a tee, you might get a little bottle of water or something. This is like the qualifying for the British Open. You get there, you don't get anything at all, not even a pencil. And there's there's a start. No, there wasn't even a starter. There was somebody that welcomed you when you get there, but then there's nothing else. I mean, it's the crappiest competition you ever want to go in for, really, for 250 quid.
Yeah.
You don't win anything, either as an amateur. You don't get anything. And then you've got, even if you do well on the first stage, there's nothing to go to next. So, it really is just chucking money in to give back to the open people who I possibly think don't really need the money,
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's a big decision to make. And like you say, if they put it off +3, because it was always 4 to scratch would allow you to play in the Open qualifiers, and then so what would it be now? 1 to +3?
Well, it's been scratch for a little while. Last 4 or 5 years, it's been just scratch players
Just
and better.
scratch.
So now I don't know. Well, maybe they'll leave it as scratch. I don't know. But as we've said, not everybody wants to chuck in a quarter of your year's golf for one round.
Especially when 9 times out of 10, if you stood on the tee, your arse is twitching anyway.
Only a touch.
Only a touch. Yeah. It's when you're teeing it up and you put the tee in the ground, and then you just slightly look up, raise your head, and you see the open claret jug on the tee box, and you're like, oh, hang on a minute. This is a bit...
I think the worst part about it is it's such a sprint, because there's 18 holes. You know that if you just make a mistake on the first few holes, it's going to be a real struggle, because you've got to go pretty low to get anywhere in it. So, it's not a very, I agree with you. It's not a very relaxing, fun game,
If anything, it'll make a good video for YouTube, though.
Well, see, last time I went, I was going to do that, and then I thought the trouble is I don't want to put off 2 guys who are not into YouTube and are trying really hard to get through. I've met some great guys playing in it, but they're all really keen and young, and you just don't want to put anybody off, do you?
Yeah, I think you'd have to strategically plan it so you didn't do the filming, because let's face facts, it's hard enough swinging a golf club at the best of times. To do it under them kind of circumstances and film, you'd have to get somebody to do it for you.
Yeah, for sure. I suppose those guys should get used to cameras being about if they want to carry on.
Well, at least mine's a collective over 1,000. There's millions that watch the Open. We just get you in preparation for the time coming ahead.
Yeah.
Good evening, Jeff and Craig as well. So, yeah. What did Paul Nicholson put?
We're going to go and get some dinner, guys.
Enjoy.
What you having?
Joining us. What we having?
I've made a homemade steak and ale pie.
It's pedigree chum.
Nice.
Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it before I go? Let me show you.
Yeah, totally. You were showing me last time. Neil was really spouting your praises, so I'm expecting quite a lot here.
Paul Nicholson said, if Sandy Lyle can win the Masters, you can qualify for the Open.
You know that's a fair comment.
It is.
Everyone's got their own.
That as well.
Oh, that looks...
There's gravy coming out the edge of your tit.
You burn everything you cook, Corinne.
Oh, that looks lovely.
Golden, lovely and golden, that.
Yeah, loving that.
Corinne, just so you know, Paul's coming round.
Is he?
Yeah, he said he's on his way around now.
Right, okay. I've used old spec and penne as well, if that's all right.
Corinne.
Yes.
What are you eating?
One of these. I've made 3.
Oh, we're going to say there's only enough there for one.
Yeah, there's one each.
Yeah, and probably not for one, really.
No, don't be silly. There's one each. I'm not skimping.
One for you.
One
2
for Neil.
I've just got a vision of this pie getting put over Neil's lap by accident.
Well, I'm a bit worried, like.
Good one. It's fine. Anyway. I'll try and get back on, but if not, we'll see you tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
you can have that plug for free.
Fucking plug.
Okay.
You're disgusting.
Come on, Corinne.
The amount of golf nuts merchandise that has been on Saturday
Exactly.
Night Live, I think
I'm entitled to that. Entitled to that one.
Do you want to make tonight sponsored by the Golfing Princess, but more importantly, All Hail Neil?
Yes, the Golfing Princess and All Hail Neil will sponsor your show tonight. Tomorrow night, Saturday Night Live on my channel, 7:30. We're drinking White Russians, just FYI.
There you go. 99.9% of the channel's Neil's, 1% yours. Sorry, 0.1.
0.2 or 0.1.
See what we have to cope with, Stuart.
It's just chaos, I know.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Oh, here we go.
Our other halves just come in and take over.
So, here's a question from Fergs here.
Right, well, we're
All
going.
of the channels are under 2,000 subs. Who's going to end up the biggest?
Catch you later.
Bye.
See ya. Enjoy.
Whoever Liam jumps on.
Do you know what? I'll answer it. Whoever can be asked to keep going the longest, that is who will end up the biggest
Fast,
channel.
isn't it?
It's just a matter of time, really. You know.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, if you look at someone like Rick, you know, he's doing a lot of good things and hitting that nice sweet spot of kind of entertainment and information, but at the same time, he's been doing it a long time, and you know that's what YouTube's all about, isn't it? I mean, it's lucky if you get a big jump for whatever reason, but it's just whoever can be asked. I'm the sort that just kind of likes keeping going, you know. So I'm just going to kind of keep going, not, you know, chasing too much. But I know, like, quite a few of my friends started YouTube and they sort of petered off and stopped doing it, and I just sort of trudged on. So I guess it's down to
if
that.
you're putting out good golf where you're playing good golf, people want to watch that.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it could be a bit nauseating.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, I think that people like accessibility as well. I mean, to be honest with you, if you're like looking around for golfers and everybody's like shooting 62s, I mean, you can just watch that on the PGA Tour. So I think it's kind of more about characters and people, and you know, I don't think it's really anything to do with kind of good camera work and all that sort of stuff. I think it's just, you know, I mean, with respect, I mean, look at Big Oggy, love him, great guy. Hope he's watching. Hello, John. But, you know, you couldn't say that his channel's developed on good golf. You know, it's all about characters. And I think, like, we all know that a lot of the big YouTubers wouldn't really kind of keep up with a seriously low amateur because they're making videos all the time, you know, and I think that showed when you look at something like the Rick Shields Golf Day. I mean, nobody really shot any scores at all, considering.
I don't think anybody shot under par, did they?
No. I think. I think Pete Finch might have. I think it was Pete Finch, and Matt Fryer and me were the three lower scorers of the day.
Really?
Yeah, you let me down there, Stu.
Yeah, I had it going for a bit. I took double on 17, which was stupid. But anyway.
I had a book on you.
Oh, did you? Oh, well, I'm really sorry about that. I know. Well, I could have given you a tip off. I'd never played the course before, so it was a bit of a wide one, although that can help sometimes. But, you know, as I was saying, I think it's nice to watch people shoot good scores and maybe swing well, but I think that only lasts so long, doesn't it? I think you've got to have a bit of a story or a bit of a laugh or I mean, look at Golf Mates. I mean, it's not based on good golf at all, is it? You know, I mean, there's obviously some good pros, Gavin and stuff on there, but I mean, 90% of it is just normal people playing normal golf. And I think, you know, that's important as well because people like to watch it.
That's a very valid point there, isn't it?
It's a piss take element, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's a piss take element as well.
Yeah.
People
I think
see
it's
it and
entertainment,
go,
you know?
do you know what? We do that.
Yeah.
That's how we play. Like with us, Lee.
Yes.
I mean, you couldn't possibly put the stuff that we do on because it just...
It would be censored and I'd be kicked off YouTube faster than anything.
But the stuff that you do put on, I guess people see part of what it's like.
Yeah, I think when you sort of condense it down, there is a bit of an art though, isn't there, into kind of picking the right bits. Because when you make like a course vlog up, you want to try and get the shots in and the good bits, but the banter, sometimes you might think it's better than it actually is yourself because you're looking at it and you're sort of thinking, oh, that was hilarious because I know whoever I was playing with. But it's a bit of an art to getting that timing right. And if you're going for sort of funnies, if you like, it's all about timing, isn't it? and getting the jokes and stuff. I think it's just like one of those weird things where people just connect. They have a connectivity with you or not. You know, maybe with your partner or yourself or your golf game, golf club. It could be anything. You know.
It's all relatable, isn't it? If you can relate to that person, and like Ken said before, the fact that somebody will do what Liam classes as a mother-in-law shot, somebody will do some random stuff. Whereas I've always been very much along the lines of I'll do the golf, because it's golf that's forefront for me. That's what I want. That's what I play. That's the thing. So
I think you've got to do what you like doing, or else you'll never keep going. You know.
Yeah.
I think you know, if someone said to you, you know, we want you to do like, I don't know, comedy jokes all the way around or something, eventually you're just going to think, God, I'm just not enjoying this, and you'll.
Well, I don't even find myself funny, so I don't know why anybody else would.
That's a tricky
one. But really funny.
I tell you what is funny, because I watch I like Eric Anders Lang's stuff. You know, I think it looks beautiful and that kind of thing. But then after a while, even that, I start thinking it's like a better life than yours almost. You know, you watch it thinking, oh, it's a bit nauseating eventually. You know, here I go to like TaylorMade Kingdom to get my clubs fit again. You just think it's kind of interesting, but then it's kind of like, oh, shit. You know, how can somebody have all that kind of thing, you know? And so I think that it's a fine line, isn't it? Between sort of doing something that's fun, interesting, and then doing something that's just going to piss people off, you know?
And then you've got us that are stood at your local driving range. It's absolutely howling. The wind's coming in horizontally at your face. You've got wind noise on the camera.
Yeah.
Skytrack struggling to pick the golf ball up. And then they've got Kingdom.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just playing around with Tony Finau, and next week I'll be at the Masters. Did you know that he played Augusta?
Who?
Eric.
Has he?
Yeah, it was his first. You know, they do all the press people, they all put in for a lucky kind of draw to play it. Right. And then they take a choice of, like, let's just say there's 200 press and relation type guys. They all go in a draw, and I think it's a couple of days before the Masters starts. They all go out, not all of them, but about 5% of them. So a very small percentage of them go out, and then they can give their sort of findings. They can't video or anything, but I think they can write about the course and that sort of stuff. And I think I'm right in saying that the first or second time he ever went in that ballot, he got pulled out. And there's guys that have been going there for like 20 years and have never got to play. And they've all been in that ballot. So, he just lucked out there as well.
Yeah.
Well, no, hang on. Was it a lookout or was it a...
I thought you might think that. I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Was it a backhander?
I know what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it'd be a backhander, because those guys are minted, aren't they?
They've no need to worry about money, have they?
No.
Oh, we'll just buy a property over the road. What? We need to lengthen this hole. We'll buy that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy money.
I'm interested to see how they've got that set up.
Yeah.
I think. Well, after what we've said, I think the grass will be long in the rough, and the greens will be slicker than slick. I think they've got to try and catch them out somewhere, because they've had the extra time to prepare for it now.
Yeah, I think
they've had another 6 months that they wouldn't normally have.
Yeah.
To grow where they wouldn't normally grow. I mean, it's just a ploughed field, isn't it? Not ploughed, but it's cut down everywhere. They don't like any rough to show. They want it looking pristine. I think they'll be rough this year.
They just got to be a bit. I feel like they've just got to be a bit more savvy with the tees, rather than putting it back further and further. You know, they've got to kind of, because there's a few tee placements, like 13 round the corner to the left. You know, over the creek and all the rest of it. That they could put tighter to, or move it forward a little bit and to the left, and then nobody can knock it over those trees, because you wouldn't get the height. You'd have to hook it round.
Yeah.
So I think rather than going back 50 yards to make it Bryson proof, they just want to sneak it forward and to the left a bit, and then they wouldn't be able to knock it over those big trees, because they'd have to go around them, and then they'd have to hit a draw, or else they're going to belt it into the trees on the right. You know,
it's a valid point. And it'd be very interesting to see. I mean, I don't know when we'll see. Maybe Wednesday. Well, obviously there's a 9-hole one, the par 3 contest. What Sky Sports will actually cover as to what the greenkeepers have done, or are we not going to see anything until Thursday and that's it?
Yeah, they're normally quite sneaky, aren't they? They don't like doing anything, do they? What
have we got in the comments here? have you heard of Good Golf? I
Yeah,
can't
Yes.
GM
tell.
boys, isn't it?
Yes.
They're catching up. Will they catch Rick up?
Oh, really?
That's a good,
Yeah,
good point.
It's another collaborative channel that GM Golf is set up.
Yeah.
That's just going to break in disaster, isn't it? Like the last time.
Well, this one seems to be more well structured than the whole Bro 5 thing, by the looks of it.
I think the trouble is, again, is that niche is big and it's good. I mean, because they're just doing kind of laddie type of golf, aren't they? I mean, some of them are pretty good golfers actually, but they're kind of doing crazy stuff, aren't they? And that is good for entertainment. But I feel like Rick's going to keep pushing forward with the sort of reviews and the coaching, and I think that hits a lot of, like, when you just started playing golf, which is, you suddenly get into golf and then suddenly you think, right, I want to learn how to slice it or hook it or not top it or what clubs am I buying? That's where you go, rather than seeing some lads trying to hit it off their knees, which is fun once you've been playing a while.
I hardly see any coaching content from Rick Shields anymore. I think it's more or less club reviews now that he's doing.
Yeah.
Rather
Ian
than-
McGolf are those guys, really, aren't they? They're the guys teaching, coaching more.
Yeah.
Paul, no, I haven't reviewed that golf club because it's just not quite right, so I won't be reviewing that one at the minute. Oh, and the par 3 one isn't on this year, apparently.
Really?
They're skipping a par 3? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're skipping it. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
I didn't know that.
It's going to be weird. Who's the amateur playing? Because my mate Joe won the one for next year. He's playing next year, Joe Long. But who was the amateur playing this year? Does anybody know?
No.
I have no idea.
Because wouldn't that be a shame? You win the British Am and you get into the Masters and you get there and there's no people there. It must be weird. I mean, obviously great still to play Augusta, but that would be a bit, weird, wouldn't it?
It's kind of like part of the thing, isn't it? When you go to these tournaments, the crowds are there and you can feed from it.
Because I don't think it is for the pros. The pros are in their bubble and they say, oh, it gets us up and it's great to have an audience. But I mean, it just pisses them off most of the time because they're shouting out and all that kind of business.
Yeah.
So I feel like those guys are just in their zone. They don't want to interact with the audience. There's a few of them do, but most of them are just like golfing robots who just want to keep their head down and shoot as low as they can and win, But I feel like an amateur or one of those guys would have a hell of a time, loads of audience and it's such a spectacle, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Loads of audience, Stu. Is it going to be there, though?
Oh, you think they think because they've let a few in, haven't they, to this one tonight? 2,000, I think.
The one that they've got at the moment, there's
Is it
dribs and
2,000
drabs
people?
there. They're letting them in at Augusta, but it's really limited.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And I
wondered whether they would have any.
Mates, won't it?
Mind you, there are spectators here in Houston this week.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, there's a couple of thousand in there, Aidan.
Yeah. Yep.
That's probably enough. They would all go around Tiger. That's that done.
Yeah.
That's Ken's favourite golfer. Right, God, we've got a few questions coming in. So, anyone looking to change any of their equipment going into next season? And Paul's put, I'm looking at you, Lee. Well, I will be.
Yeah, I'm going new driver.
Are you? You get rid of the faithful?
Yeah, about time. I'm keeping the shaft, but I will change the head this year. Especially when I went to that lesson with Dan and he said, you've worn a hole in the face of the other one.
Oh, because how long you had that now?
Yeah, I've had it probably 3 or 4 years, isn't it? It's M1, isn't it? It was the it's the older one.
I don't keep mine more than 6 months.
I know, you love it, don't you?
Yeah. Cost me a fortune. What else have we got? Fergs, you can tell he's from a podcast because he just keeps firing questions in. Thoughts on Top Bloke Golf?
Love him.
It's funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's not everybody's cup of tea, I get that. He's very close to the bone sometimes.
Yeah. He's on a crusade. He's like my guilty pleasure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I just think, I shouldn't be, but I always watch him, I can't help it.
And so, some of the stuff he comes out with, you kind of watching behind it, like, oh God, what's going now?
And do you know what and funnily enough, I don't know about you guys, but you know what's coming, and you think, I can't believe he's going to say it, and he does.
Yeah. He's kind of one of them, isn't it, where he's got the balls to just say it, where some of us probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I've not met him, but I can't tell whether he's just clickbait or that's kind of the guy he is. Because I mean, it's obviously helping the channel, and it obviously, I mean, he will see from his own kind of analytics what's good and what's bad. And I bet he must see big spikes in the real sort of bad stuff he does. It's just kind of, it ends up, I guess you just end up chasing that, you know.
It says nobody won the silver medal at Portrush in 2019.
Oh, nobody got through?
No. That must be the first time in a long time an amateur hasn't won a silver medal.
Who said that? But it doesn't matter. It's not the silver medal, is it? It's the British Am that you get it.
Oh, that's maybe where, yeah. Who we've got? Andrew's going to be changing his driver. Not sure about the irons. Oh, see you later, Jeff. Thanks for dropping in. But Jeff, oh no, it's Colston has gone. Sorry, Colston. See you later, pal. Jeff's going to get new club irons and driver. So, I mean, Jeff, you can go to American Golf now, apparently, and they're doing one-on-one fitting. I mean, that's a bit naughty.
Yeah, I did see that. If you can call it fitting, that is.
Yeah.
Choice of three shafts, and I'll show you what I want to show you.
Yeah.
Correct.
James Surge won the British Amateur Champs in 2019.
Okay, cool. Nice. So it will be him. It'd be interesting to talk to him, actually, because it'll be, God, can you imagine? Masters. I mean, that, to be honest with you, if you think about it, he will be more unique than any other amateur ever, because he would have played in the Masters with very little audience. Incredible.
Yeah. Imagine having that.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, to be fair, just to play the Masters other than on the PlayStation would be really nice.
It's funny. I've got a couple of friends who've played at Augusta in the Masters, and they're amateur champions. And one chap, Warren Bladen, who won it, maybe 15 years ago, he went over and he thought he'd go over a bit early and maybe try and play the course before. You'd want to cash in on it, wouldn't you? So he went over there and he got there and they said, well, you can go out, but it's not what you're going to expect. And it was horrendous. You can't imagine the state of that course for sort of 70% of the year. Those members must be like well upset. We all complain about the occasional scruffy this or that. They had tees that weren't on, the fairways were dug up, the bunkers, they pretty much, a few of the bunkers were completely gone. And yeah, he said it was really, amazing. You know, a good experience, but yeah, incredible.
We did have one. Oh, Craig's asked, has anybody re-gripped their own golf club? As easy as it looks on YouTube. Well, I know I have. Stuart, you're bound to have in the Pro Shop days.
I didn't hear that. Sorry, what was that?
The question is, has anybody re-gripped their own golf clubs?
Oh, I've got an embarrassing one. I used to re-whip mine, the Woods.
No, but I really should. My forehand grip is falling apart.
It's easy, man.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, actually. It really is worth doing. You know, if most people think they don't want to have a go at it, they really should do it. It's ever so straightforward.
Yeah, until you get the Align ones with the big groove down the back, and then you put it on and you realise that you've actually made it, 20 degrees shut.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's on square. But it's pretty easy, isn't it, Lee? You just cut it off and then just strip the stuff off and then put the tape on, stick a bit of the juice on top of it, which you can buy, to put you could use petrol or you could use all sorts of stuff to go on.
White spirits.
Yeah, white spirits, and just slips on the top and then leave it to dry. Done. It's no, trick to it.
I mean, I think that was one of the things as an assistant, you were like, that was your job. Other than taking green fees, selling Mars bars, you were re-gripping golf clubs.
I hated it. You remember when they would come in and they would be completely shiny and you knew that you could be scraping those the grips that have been on there 20 years. It's like, oh man.
And it was all...
You put the knife to them and they go...
yeah. They're all frayed at the bottom. Oh, they were awful. That was the worst job when somebody would bring in just re-grip. It's like, oh no, I know it's coming.
It was always that golf grip as well that had the green bits in them with the thumb marks of where you're supposed to put your thumbs.
Yeah.
And they were always worn down, shiny, like leather.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In the end, you just took the side of the blade and just cut it off in one strip, like just a slab of meat. You just go, yeah, this is
junk done. Oh no.
Yeah,
and then when graphite shafts, I'm showing my age now. When the graphite shafts started coming out, I'd go like this and cut it down the middle and cut into the graphite. It's like, God.
I remember having to rewind a catgut around the end of a wooden driver once, and my boss said to me at the time, he's like, right, I'm going to teach you how to do this. I don't know how much longer we'll be doing it for, but I was stood there watching him going, why?
Honestly, it's mad, isn't it?
Why?
It's embarrassing. I must admit, I used to do the loft and lies as well on persimmon. So somebody would come in and say, "Oh, it's sitting a little bit shut. Can you just kind of like, so sole plate off?" And then nightmare. I mean, nowadays it's crazy, isn't it? It's just like click, click, done.
Yeah, there you go. See you later.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Maybe one of us should do a video on how to regrip golf clubs. I mean, somebody's probably done it on there.
Yeah, I think there is. I think James Robinson did one.
That's right. He did it last lockdown, didn't he?
Yeah, he did one. Yeah, it was quite good. I actually watched that. I don't know why. I watched the whole thing. I was like,
from start to finish.
Yeah, right. I'm from start to finish. Yeah, I got to the end of it, and I thought, I did this like almost every day for 15 years. I can't believe that I've just watched this.
And that fucker in on square, James.
I think I was watching to see if he was going to make a mistake. Yeah. Getting ready.
Yeah. What else have we got? Look, where would you recommend a driver fitting? Is one question. I've got to be honest. I think 2X got to be up there.
Or Tovan.
For any fitting, not just for driver fitting.
Yeah, I think it sort of depends on your standard, doesn't it, a little bit. If you're sort of a higher handicapper and your swing is quite inconsistent, which higher handicappers generally are, then it's important, but not quite so important. So 3 shafts, kind of like a regular and a stiff is pretty much fine for most people. But, as you progress into being a better player, then you want to kind of sort out people. Go to places like Celtic Manor that have got 150 shafts to choose from, and every driver head and every single combination, just grip sizes and everything you need to just dial in that kind of sweet spot on your strike and that kind of thing. But I don't think that's necessary for most people, to be honest, until you get down to sort of maybe 10 handicap or low, something like that.
Yeah, see, that's one thing.
Sorry.
Go on, Ed.
I'm just saying, are they all on Connects, Stu?
Are they what?
Are they all on Connects? The fittings, rather than use their own, they stick a Connects on.
Oh yeah, they've got all of everything actually. Yeah, it's amazing. They've got the
you can interchange everything rather than just TaylorMade with TaylorMade.
No, they've got 4 labs down there. One of them is just Titleist, and that's everything you can imagine to do with Titleist. Mm-hmm. All the shafts, everything, all the heads. And then they've got next to that they've got TaylorMade, exactly the same thing again. Next to that they've got Cobra, PXG, and Ping. And next to that they've got a whole Scotty Cameron place. So you can go into either one that you want to go into and just knock yourself out, and then you can just go into the next one and think, right, I'm going to try whichever club, which I think is quite nice, because when you go into some pro shops, I love supporting pro shops, obviously, but sometimes you go in and you say, I want to try a Cobra, PXG, and a Callaway and TaylorMade, and they're like, well, we stick mainly to Titleist or this or that, and so you don't have the full option then, do you? It's very difficult for pros to keep all that, but a big place like that, especially like our national custom fitting centre, I mean, if you're going to go mad and you want to spend 450 quid on a driver, I would drive 2 or 3 hours to get the right place, to get the right sort of, the experience, No,
absolutely. And I think that's one thing for me. If you are going to get fitted, don't go somewhere that's just got one manufacturer.
Exactly.
Because you need to be able to say, right, well, because that one manufacturer may just have 2 shafts. Yeah. They maybe have KBS and True Temper, for argument's sake, but I like Project X because I like the little bit of heaviness in the shaft. But to just have the one make, no, I would definitely be going somewhere like 2X or somewhere that's got the vast range of going, right, like, well, for these 2 heads, we've got the choice of 15 shafts of which we're going to put you on the machine, and we will narrow it down and see what between us and you we can figure out is better.
Yeah, and it can make a big difference if you're consistent. like yourself, if you've got a consistent, I mean, most swings are a bit of a blueprint, our fingerprint. So we do have our tendencies, like everybody does.
Yeah.
But when it's fairly inconsistent, when you're sort of like 18 and above, which is absolutely fine, then it's not quite so, it's a lot more difficult to dial that in then,
We did have a question. I was looking at seeing it there, which is quite good because you're on. It was about a wedge fitting. How do you get a good wedge fitting for grinds bounce if you can't test it on the grass?
Well, you can, I just think with all these things, like I don't want to knock American golf, but I mean, I just feel like anything on a mat, anything, and even when people saying, "Oh yeah, but we're on GC Quad and TrackMan," you've got to be on grass. You've got to be in real situations. So you really do want to say to your fitter or your pro or whatever, I want to just take it on the course. And if they'll let you, if you want to spend some decent money with them or buy this club and they've got a demo, they should let you have it for 9 holes. And then you can really feel it. Because you can't feel it when you've got a pro standing over your shoulder and you're on a mat and you're hitting range balls. You want to look down at something when, you're on your hole and you're lining up to a certain shot that you're used to lining up to, or you get a bit of a bad lie. I mean, that's the time where it comes out,
With your own ball as well.
With your own ball.
We discuss it all the time, Lee.
Yeah.
All my launch monitor stuff is the same ball, all of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I want to know what it's doing.
Yeah.
With the ball that I'm going to hit.
Yeah.
It's not good for me. Having a bag full of everything. Yeah. Where's my fucking trust?
Yeah. So I don't know whether that's good in a real world, whether you can go into, like if you were buying from American Golf to save some money. I think it's very difficult to do. I think you get an idea and, your pro can help you a fair amount of this, but a lot of it is, you'll get fit at grind and you'll go out on a golf course and think, oh my God, I'm just fat and everything, or I don't feel comfortable. You can adapt, but that takes some time. And do you want to adapt? Do you not want to try and go with what you're already doing consistently so you don't have to change,
Yeah, because I know, was it Vokey that they brought out, when they brought out their grinds, they gave you like a rough index of M was for one, S was for another, and such. Was it TaylorMade? I can't remember if it was Titleist or TaylorMade.
Scratch did it about 15 years ago, Lee.
Was it?
Bust, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a nice idea to have a good idea, if you can, of what you like. So like you say, Lee, if you could find a grind, say with Vokey wedges or something, you decide that that's the kind of grind that you're into, then it's quite nice if you can go across and say, well, I'm used to this degree bounce and grind, then I think that kind of helps a little bit when you're looking elsewhere. But really, you just got to start again and try and see and feel what you like, because every golf course, if you're playing lots of different golf courses, that changes everything as well. That kind of... you play a links course one week and then you play a Parkland course the next week. You can't have it all. So I'm always a believer of kind of fitting in the middle, something that will suit a bit of everything,
Because I think that's one thing, isn't it? When you get your wedges and you grind and you bounce, it's for your golf course. Where, like, if you play at your own golf course repeatedly every week, that's fine. But if I'd very rarely play at my own golf course, it's always somewhere else. So kind of like in the middle. I mean, I use the term play golf very loosely, if I'm honest.
Listen, you're a plus now, mate. You can't be giving it that.
Oh, don't use it. Honestly, Stuart, it's not even worth the aggravation, man.
I turn up and swing my bat at it.
Yeah. I just put this 1992 golf swing on it, and it just looks all right. And I would just hope for the best.
It's timeless, mate. Timeless. The ball doesn't know what age the swing is.
No, I do, mate, because my hips are killing. Fraser Beach is in, Stuart.
Fraser Beach is in the house.
Yeah, he's jumped ship for tonight. He's put, you need a fitting from a trusted local pro, defo not American Golf, which I agree with. How much does a good fitting cost? Well, 2RX, Jeff's already put it, but 2RX is 200 quid.
Non-refundable.
For a full bag, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I would say
full bag.
Bye-bye, guys.
See you later.
See you later.
See ya.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's £50 at Celtic, and you can go and try what you like, and they give you that back off. They give you that back off the driver that you buy. So if you buy one, you don't have to buy one. Like I would always recommend paying for your fitting, because then they're not going to try and slide you into something that they make extra money on, you know?
Correct.
Well, there you go. And if you do go to Calc Manor, tell them Stu sent you.
Definitely, yeah. It might go up to 100 then.
Best comment on the log, Stu? Question from Paul Mickelson.
Oh, the best comment. Well, we had to cut one out yesterday, which was quite a good one. I liked, which I wouldn't say, but yeah, I can't think. There's so many. It's good. It's good fun. There's so many of it. We end up just waffling, as you can imagine. But I like the little theme on the white dog poo. That was quite fun. That took me back to my childhood. So
Yeah.
When you used to kick them and they.
It was just seeing them. I never used to see it. I mean, I can remember seeing it when I was a kid, walking to school. I used to see it on the floor, and I think, oh, that's weird, white dog poo. And then you just forget all about it for like 40 years, and then suddenly
we fed them bones, wasn't it?
It was what?
Because we fed them bones then.
Yeah, that's right. It was in the it was in the thing. Having done research on it now, yeah, it was in what they were feeding.
Stu's Google internet history. What is white poo?
Yeah.
Why is it there?
Talk about savage, yeah.
Why does it break when you do this?
Yeah. Why does it taste so funny?
It definitely isn't a chocolate fries bar.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, we've done over an hour, which was longer than I anticipated. I did have things put down on the paper, but like anything, it just kind of goes astray. So, thank you very much for joining us, chaps.
Yeah.
And everybody
welcome.
else that's on the chat, thank you for coming along. We will be back next Friday, live at 5 in the same format.
Wow.
Yeah, consistency, not normal for me, is it, Ken? Let's face facts.
Yeah, the boredom's kicking in already.
Well, I'm working, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, you're yeah. Damn me. I forgot what work's all about. I haven't done that since March.
Oh.
You still furloughed, Stu?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, just my industry's music, so that's just stopped. And so I had to cancel 90 gigs in one afternoon, and that was it.
Whoa.
And so I can't see it starting again till probably April, May, I don't know, next year sometime. So
I don't know what Kath's doing. She fucked off to Isla Lewis, didn't she? And I don't think she'll be working either.
Yeah.
Singer, just same. It's dead, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. I mean,
especially when you're on your own.
Yeah, it's tricky. I was saying on the end of my last thing on the channel that, you know, there's a lot of people quite sort of lonely at this kind of thing. So, you know, it's nice to reach out and do things like this, actually. It's good fun for people to get involved in.
It is. And it's always nice to just talk randomness for an hour of your life.
Shit.
Or, in fact, Stu.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, very good.
So I finally got it, so I'll be in touch for lessons.
Yeah, let's get you going, man. Definitely. That'll stop you from doing YouTube videos.
To be fair, there isn't really much that stops me doing YouTube videos. The fact that the TV's on stops me from doing YouTube videos. I've got two I need to edit, and it's just... Well,
that's good. It's nice you got a backlog. Yeah, I've built a few up of late, and it's kind of like... I feel like I want to get it all out, you know.
Yeah, but 15 hours on tracing shots, man.
I can't keep doing that. I've decided it's just there's no point. So I'm putting kind of, if there's a good shot or something worth doing, I'll put it in. But every shot is just too much, you know.
Yeah. The software is great, but doing it all is just too long.
Oh, people don't get it, do they? They watch it and they say, oh, it's nice. I like the tracers. You think, oh my God, you know, if only. Yeah,
I remember when it was like 16 hours I spent editing one. Don't get me wrong, it was probably one of the best I've edited, but I'm thinking to myself.
The thing is, it was like I've been watching a lot of Paul Mickelson stuff as of late, and he did an MOT on my channel and stuff like that the other day, and the whole idea of sort of short-term and long-term videos is really interesting to me. So I find, because I always thought if I did an incredible golf vlog, you know, forget about the playing golf or anything like that, if I did it so it looked like the PGA Tour with the shot tracers and all that sort of business and all the credits and everything, I thought, well, that'll be out there forever and people will watch that forever. But they don't. They watch it for 48 hours and then nobody watches it again. And I can look back across all my channels and every single golf vlog I've done, It's had all its hits in the first 48 hours and then nothing for 2 years.
Wow.
Whereas I do something like a review of something or something different, maybe a review of like, I did a review of Topgolf in America, in Vegas. And that just kind of, it just piles on. I think it's got 7,000 or 8,000 views now. And it just every month, more and more people watch it. And so you think, well, that's where you want to be putting your time and your effort into, not the bloody shot tracers that no one cares about. They watch it once and think, oh, that's a good shot. Gone, you know.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice. I mean, I get a lot of pride out of doing it because when I watch PGA Tour events, I really love the shot track. I want to see where the ball goes. It's a bit like cricket. I'm not into cricket, but I used to quite like the night cricket when they hit the white ball and you can see the ball go and you think, oh, that's cool. You see the flight and see how it goes. And so I loved the shot tracer when it first came out. So I thought I just always want to do that. But no one really, you know, I'd like the other week I did some with none at all. Nobody said, oh, where's the tracers? Really missing them, you know. Didn't make any difference to the any of it. So
it saves you a long time. So.
Oh yeah.
Interview James Robinson next week. Probably not going to happen if I'm honest. I might have burned my bridges on that one.
Oh really? Have you got a beef with him?
I wouldn't really say it's beef, mate, if I'm honest.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I made a comment on one of the Shankers. What was it? It was. It was. I can't remember what the video was, and I made a comment on that video, and ever since then, I am blanked, stroke, not responded to.
Persona non grata.
Oh, okay.
So it is what it is. I'm not going to lose any sleep. I
must admit, I can imagine the amount of traffic they must have on their channels. You know, when you're in the 100,000 mark, I would never expect to get a reply of a comment, really.
I was the only person that replied to a tweet in 10 minutes. Still didn't get a response.
Okay.
That says it all.
Yeah, that says it all. I met James. I can only speak as I find. He seemed nice enough. You know.
I met him as well because I took his 3-wood out of his golf bag and looked at his Masters head cover. And that was at Rick's Golf Day.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's when I met him.
That's maybe why. Because I didn't have permission to take his golf club out of his bag.
Did you think he was small?
Did I?
Exceedingly.
I did watch that one the other day. That I watched it kind of through Top Bloke. He did the one with the Bella lady, and I watched that one literally through my fingers. And I thought, blimey, she's very tall, or James is smaller than I thought. Than I remembered. You know.
There's no. Honestly, people just keep asking questions. What do you think of him and Bella cheating? Oh, Top Bloke called him out, and the answer. Kent will answer this.
I'll answer it for you. Definite cheat. Definite.
I've got to be honest. It would mean I'd have to watch it.
Well, see, again, you wouldn't have to. Just watch Top Blokes because I think he did it.
I did see.
That's where I saw it from because I don't subscribe to either of them.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, it slowed it down. I mean, that ball was clear over the green. When they get there, she's got an 8-foot putt for birdie. Definite dodge.
Backspin.
But with
a hybrid.
Yeah, there you go. Jinx. That's the Vaseline.
Chaps, thank you very much. And thanks everybody for, again, coming on and staying with us. And we'll all see you, hopefully, next week. Stuart, thank you very much for joining us. It's been absolute
You're welcome.
pleasure.
It's been good fun. Thanks, guys.
Thanks very much. See you all later.
Yeah, see you later, guys.
Bye-bye for now.
All right.